The music industry has witnessed a number of beefs. Notable amongst them are Esdo versus Chicago, Lord Kenya versus Obrafour, Shatawale versus Samini, Shatawale versus Stonebwoy, Shatawale versus Sarkodie versus Manifest, Medical versus Strongman. The high life musicians have not been left out, as we have witnessed Daddy Lumba against Nana Echampong. In recent times, we've seen the females get involved. Eno Baroni, Freda Rhymz, Sista Afia, Sister Debbie, and Fela Makafui. On this episode of Bloggers Forum, we ask, what is the essence of beef, and how does an artist get the shine or the spotlight after the lyrical war? Remember, the feud between Stonebwoy and Shatawale led to the disruption of the 20th edition of the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. Organizers of the scheme decided to not announce the Artist of the Year and Popular Song of the Year winners because it involved the two artists. Now, Stonebwoy has said he would have won the two categories hands down because he spent over 50,000 Ghana cedis on votes. On this episode of Bloggers Forum, we ask, how is his statement injurious to the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards scheme and his brand? My name is Benefo Boabin Abrantipa. Welcome to Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. Welcome back to the show. It's Bloggers Forum here on Ghana Web TV. On this episode, Kwame Dazi is back. Kwame Dazi writes for GhanaWeekend.com. Kwame, welcome.
But we are all back.
Oh, say, back, watch it. Yes. I think the last time, the first and last time was when we were discussing the VGMAs, the list of nominees.
Yes.
That's a long time ago in Bethlehem, when Jesus was born. Naniel has been here like 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
But he's back too.
Yes, he's. Ekra, you are back. Nana really writes for musafrica.com. Nana, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Nice. So let me start with Kwame Dazi. Which of the beefs would you say has been the hottest for you?
The hottest?
Yes, all time.
Shatawale and Stonebwoy. The one that's triggered somebody to pull a gun, actually. The one that took them to court. The one that really marked the beauty of the 2019 Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. The one that got a lot of people talking about, people from all walks of life. Okay, so Shatta and Stonebwoy's beef remains the hottest ever in the Ghanaian music industry. No doubts about that.
Nana?
Yeah.
What's your pick?
My pick is Medical and what's his name?
Strongman?
Yes.
Okay.
Because beef definition is lyrical dexterity, lyrical power, showing off what you have. And to me, that beef was a typical example of that. Back-to-back music, back-to-back hits, back-to-back attention. Like, you know, it's one says 8 p.m., the other one says 10 a.m., and then it happens. So we kind of understood both artists, and we kind of measured them by what they were giving us, the words they were using, and not for it to get violence to the extent that we have to go to court. But at the end of the day, they were able to come together and do music, call it Bosu, and becomes a bigger song. So for me, in the history of Ghana music, I mean, there has been beef like Esdo and Chicago, which there was also lyrical exchange, but it was just one of. But when they went more than one record, they went back to back. So much that people were even anxious when one says 8 p.m., one says 10 a.m., then people will be debating before the song comes. Then the song comes. But it didn't extend to anything. It just became a normal lyrical conversation. After that, the fans decided who won. And then they both artists proved that they are big artists. They are matured enough to do a song together, even shoot a video for it. And they've all moved on.
But are we talking about lyrical beef or talking about beef in general? Because it appears he's limiting his to lyrical beef.
Beef is beef.
But his statement was that when we talk about beef, it is about lyrics, like lyrical banter.
Okay.
You drop a song, I drop a song.
Yes.
It could take different forms. You may have dropped a song that is lyrically taking a swipe at your opponent, okay? But there are times that you may also throw shade on maybe social media or not directly even mention your opponent, okay? And this may erupt into different things like what's happening at the VGMA. I'm not saying his opinion is wrong, but what I want to say is that we shouldn't limit the scope to lyrical banter alone.
No, but I think beef
because
itself,
it goes beyond just
the genesis of beef itself.
but beef is beef.
Yeah.
Except if you want to limit it to the lyrical beef, then we limit it to that.
If I take a swipe at you and you don't respond directly to me, it's not beef. It's like throwing shades. Like for instance, Kelvin Boy, somebody will say Kelvin Boy, a featuring manifest is a shade to somebody. That's not beef because the person will not respond. But when I say sack, I mean lash your boy nekakra. You know, when medical says sack, let me lash your boy small, then he also responds medical. That's why I say, and then we have that. That is beef. I mean, like if you go to hip hop culture, the culture of beef itself is people standing face to face, exchanging it, and then when it gets violent, they separate them, and then it all ends. Because it's supposed to be a definition, like it's supposed to be two people who don't agree on something, so we want one person to stand out, and then their fans will decide A or B, A or B, A or B, A, then we are done. So I agree with him, but to me those are shades.
There's this rapper. I think
it's guys water.
Kwata Bukusu has a song where he says, "Oh, they say me now I'm mummy dia. They say me came and kwada body me so hello."
Yeah,
so I get the argument both of you are making. If you really want to beef me, Nanaya's point, mention my name.
Yes.
Let's put lyrics on beats. Let's see who is powerful.
It doesn't always have to be.
Yes, that's
mentioning of name.
That's where
Batman, for example.
Over to subliminal short Hannah.
Samini
responded to Olu.
Scatterbird doesn't mention anybody, and that song still remains.
It does.
They didn't mention anybody's name in there.
You see, the name is relative because in that song,
so you see,
everybody knows.
So you should not.
No, listen. Samini in that song responded to a song from Shatta Wale called Olu.
Okay.
Plus, Shatta also gave him 2 bullets, and he used one to kill the 2 all. Right before the Olu, he had done that song. You know, so there's always that thing that when you hear a song and you feel like I won't mention Samini, but Samini has a certain acronym.
We are saying the same thing now.
No, I'm saying that if they had continued, like for instance, they had made it official and said Shatta Samini.
Let me drop you. Let me drop you.
It would have been
like
beautiful for you.
What was calling for between him and Shatta Wale, that if Shatta claims or whatever, he won something over him at a certain Labadi dancehall show some time ago, blah blah blah. And Wale said, "Hey, you didn't win." Then now make a drop. What Wale didn't drop.
Okay, right. So these are different faces that we've seen in the industry. How beneficial is beef to the artists and then the industry? Let me stay with you, Nana.
Okay, beef there is very beneficial to everybody in the ecosystem. Let me start with us as media. We build content around the artists, even when they are not rapping or singing. For instance, between the medical and the psychologist former artist issue, it was such that people were building content even before the song comes. So it gives you traffic. The more traffic, the more eyeball, increasing in number gives you visibility. The more visibility gives you brands wanting to do business with you. So beef benefits us as media people when we are creative enough to build content around it. Because once you do a story and say medical this, everybody wants to go and find out. You know, everybody is like that. For the artist, one gets his or her shine from beef. Because it's lyrically involved, when I'm able to prove myself, people get to feel me in different ways. Like I show my versatility within a certain space of time. There's a very weird beef that happened in UK between what's his name? This grime artist and this Ghanaian based in UK. What's his name?
Stormzy?
Yeah, Stormzy. And he was beefing Wiley, right? And people were saying, wow, Stormzy is genius because he's on tour whilst replying Wiley with videos and not just doing audios. So you show, like it shows your versatility and it shows how powerful you or how good you are as an artist, and also builds your numbers. Importantly, the numbers. Sista Afia will tell you. Shim, Freda Rhymz, because everybody wants to follow you to find out what you are doing next. You understand? If it goes beyond the music and it gets violent, like what we've seen in our industry, then that's where it defeats the purpose of what it is. You understand? But I believe a benefit will be in the ecosystem. Brands who are following these artists will decide after the beef, I want to work with this guy. For instance, Medical Mudiano. There was a show that I can't remember from Man and American
Strongman.
Yes. There was a show that he wasn't on, but after the beef, they put him on
the music and magic show.
They put him on. So brands actually follow the beef too and say, okay, so Anna, who is the hottest? Oh, Anna, this guy be the hottest. So let's put it in. So everybody in the ecosystem gets the benefit from it. But when it ends, it has to end on the music, and then we move.
Kwame.
Yeah.
To what extent does it really guarantee success?
I think it rather lays the foundation to whatever you want to make out of it. Okay, because for example, between Strongman, when Strongman and Medical were beefing.
Strongman, that's the name I want to mention.
Strongman and Medical were beefing. People knew Medical more because of the commercial
success,
that he had chugged in the past. And so, irrespective of the fact that Strongman was very good at rap, how many people knew Strongman could rap to that level?
True.
So it gave Strongman that exposure. Now a lot more people got to appreciate his craft, because for all this while, who was that skinny guy lurking behind the shadows of Sarkodie and all that? This time around, there is one guy from Sotum who is pushing him more to give out his best. And so it gives people the opportunity to see what is hidden in you. And Strongman had that. And I am mentioning the NMC program, the Magic program. Even after that, a few days after, I saw Strongman outdooring his car.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so
I can't
and so you could see that even though people outside, those listening, those viewing, those observing from outside may think that these guys are fighting, and this may not augur well for the industry. There is one side of the fighting crew, if you like, one side of the divide, who is benefiting in a way. Strongman since then has been relevant in the eyes of the people. Imagine if Strongman didn't take a step further to release other songs or get the engagement the media needs, because most times somebody may go through this process of beefing, of getting involved in that particular act with another artist, and then he will go and sleep. Call the person for interview, just an interview, and then just because there are many people calling him for interviews, he wouldn't even avail himself for an interview. Okay, so I think that the mere fact that now everybody is mentioning your name, now people are listening to your song, somebody who may not have even heard of your name now knows you, doesn't mean that you should sleep. It's just the foundation. So it's now your responsibility to build on that foundation. What do you do? How well do you market yourself after that? Because don't forget, whatever you were doing before that beef, you thought it could fetch you some relevance, but it couldn't. So now that people are getting to know you, have gotten to know you, you have to do twice what you used to do before the beef started. So if, let's say, in the past, you didn't even have a strong PR team, this is the time you need to push harder, so that you don't even wait till somebody says something about you before you respond. Most people don't even know about the fact that as an artist, sometimes you need to sit down and then measure which issues I should talk about. Okay, I do PR for Ochame Kwame. And anytime you see Ochame Kwame come out to say something, he didn't just wake up to say it. There is a plan to it. Okay, so which issues should we talk about? Is this issue going to affect my brand in any way? So you don't just wait. So at every point in time, Ochame Kwame has something to say. Not because he just wants to talk, but he thinks that this is relevant. It would impact my brand. Okay, and most of these artists don't think about that. All they know is that, okay, now the beef is done, I have 1 or 2 songs there, and that's it. And then after the beef, when people have heard of you and listened to your song, what are you giving them after that? More beef songs or more commercial music? Okay, so that if you were a typical rapper like Eno, and you drop bars, argument done, and all that, and now I've gotten to know that, oh, there is a musician in Ghana called Eno who can rap so well. Now I need something. I need a different feel from Eno. Another feel that will make me know that, yeah, this girl is versatile. I remember a few days ago when a video went viral of Eno singing worship song with Reverend Danso Abia.
Yeah.
And people, oh, so Eno could sing like this. Oh, so if Sista Afia can rap and sing, Eno can also sing and rap. So there is that kind of thing. And gradually you could see that Eno is building a bigger fan base, trying to, if you like, disabuse people's minds of the fact that maybe she's limited to her craft as in being a rapper only. So now she's growing from there. And if she continues to engage more, get positive or effective PR team, a team that will make sure that she gets to the right quarters, the right platforms, I think she will get there. And so don't think that the moment you start beef with somebody, that is a trump card for you being up there. No, it doesn't work like that. You may trip right from there. You may even get stuck on the way if you don't really structure your plan as in how to get out into the market.
Right, so let's take a quick break. When we return, we will continue with the conversation here on Bloggers Forum. Welcome back from the break. It's still Bloggers Forum here on Ghana Web TV. My name is Abrantipa, and I'm doing this with Kwame Dazi of GhanaWeekend.com and Nanaya Reid, aka Nanaya18, MuseAfrica.com. The last time, what's his name? Nenebi was saying he was hearing Miss Africa, Miss Africa. It's MuseAfrica.com, M-U-S-E, and then Africa. Right, so before we went on the break, Kwame was making a point about Eno, dropping songs and all of that. We've seen the battle or the beef between Eno and Sista Afia, Freda Rhymz on the other side. Which of these artists would you say has utilized the beef to her advantage?
None of them.
None?
Yeah.
How?
Kwame earlier made a certain point, right? And I've been saying that similar thing for a very long time, that Ghanaian artists, when it comes to documentation and planning, most of them run away from it. I'm saying none of them because, for instance, there was a beef. There was a song called You Got Nerve. There was a song called Point of Correction. There was a song called Where Is the Merchandise? Where is the merchandise to drive all these things? Where are the phone cases? Where are the t-shirts? Where are the hoodies? Where are the face or whatever marks? Where are they? This is your time. You need to milk it. Elsewhere, the moment the beef grows small, no, you drop merchandise. And put that one aside. 2, what is the plan? What is the PR plan after the whole beef? We met on UTV and we had a very good moment and even raised the bar. Now people are even expecting more things from us. Have you been on other platforms? What is the plan? What is the plan? You said that you said that apart from you and Eno, you don't know any other female rappers, and they responded. I mean, Ohima Dadao showed a screenshot of Freda actually saying she looked up to Ohima Dadao and all that kind of thing. What have you done with that hype again? There's no planning. That's a documentation the Chrome has said there. Only 2 artists in the mouth. So none of them. Eno, for instance, Kwame made a very good point. When I saw the Abiam, I actually knew the Abiam thing was going to come because I actually know Abiam has recorded a lot of the artists. Yeah. When I saw the Abiam thing, I was expecting her to jump ahead of the conversation, to lead the conversation so that you can direct the narrative to what you want them to know. How far now? And even our friend, for them to play nonsense now. It was called How Far. But because we say we bought equity into, and now can we ask them? After that, what has been done? Abiam then no trend. Then why? Or by China after this whole thing, and then June something else pops up. Then now they say Eno is hustling again. But people are calling you the best unisex rapper. Then now what they? What is the plan? So none of them, Sista Afia for instance, you drop a song and you said people are not vibing to the song because it's not a beef song. But what was the plan even before the song was released? It is true, say, you be female or hype, no? Until me drop it commercial music. But you see, if you had a good team, they would have put in together some good plan before you drop the commercial music. For instance, they could have even taken another part of either Enu or Freda to respond in the same tangent on the song theme out of the band. Abia, me, I'm thinking for Sista Afia as a PR person. I would have done it. A story and said that I am more bigger than Enu and Freda on the street. And Enu responded and said, you are not bigger than me on the street. Okay, if I'm not bigger than you on the street, this is my street anthem. The song comes. It changes the conversation. But they are not taking, they are enjoying the growth in numbers and they are not milking the opportunities. You understand?
I see.
Media right now is feeding from artists. It's not the reverse. So if you have a PR team challenge, this be on our plan. We want to come on your show. This be the angle we want to go. Because you are the hottest, everybody will put you on. And then you hit your angle. Then if it's either an EP or a couple of hit commercials that you're going to put out, you understand? You put things in place. No one milking.
No,
Kwame,
is that the same with you?
Yes, but I wouldn't want us to rush into condemning them. This beef thing has been around, especially with them, for how many weeks? For about a month or 3 weeks from now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and just last week they were on UTV where an incident happened. Freda even wanted to walk out of the discussion of the studio.
Yeah,
I believe that within that time, from that time to this time, they may be putting in place some plans or some how do you call it? Things to actually show up their relevance.
There's a new beef in town.
Wait.
We'll come to that.
I understand where you're coming from. Maybe they should have done that promptly, but let's give them some time. Maybe after a month or so, if we've not seen any strategic plan from their outfits, from their management as regards PR or bringing out anything that will be mind-blowing to the people, then we can confidently say that, okay, they didn't make good use of the beef. But for now, I think we wouldn't be too fair to them if we condemn them. I haven't seen any great change. Okay, a great change actually in their craft from when they started the beef to now. Maybe the only thing we can say is that it has shot up their following and relevance a bit. But as in really translating into their commercial success, I think let's give them a bit of time. Maybe a month or two.
Let me catch you again. Let me give you a very weird beef example. Be able to milky beef. When Sack used Manifest's name in a song, it was not a diss. We all know that. But according to the PR plan for maybe Manifest, I have to become the God MC to drop my album. So if the tagged or the acclaimed best rapper in Ghana has used my name in vain, let me reply him intelligently. And then if people jump on it, what is the next plan? You don't wait for a month, drop an album. So after God MC came, the album. And then so Sack even responded to him.
How long did it take for the album to drop?
After that beef, were a series of activities that he did. The Invisible, for instance, he did Invisible. You see, when you're milking a beef, a high from a beef, it doesn't mean that because we are hot in the album, but like I'm saying, you can build up, manifest, or you're invisible. People were following it, or you some activations around. People were following to the album came because he was now the God MC. Because you see, when you are the talk of town, it can last you for like 6 months if you are doing it well. It can even go for a year. To the extent that when Manifest now goes on stage, there were people were shouting he should perform the song. But these beautiful ladies had over a month nkanya kwam ne kan say enu ade ya obi wo hwe show yi e bia bia ma de ne ko hu ya na ento eno team omo de ye den press release no when mama me chom free idea they could have just said something like, for instance, the Abiam release video, no? They could have said, thank you God for giving us a good, a better growth. This is our praise to you, right? And no goes gospel, but to celebrate her maker. People go follow, and once they follow, no, not all recorded for flow. What am I saying? Oh yeah, next plan ready. Oh,
the title is my trick one.
Listen, you see, you're making a very brilliant point. But you know, we all work for certain people, okay, and people have their plans. Sometimes you may preempt what they want to do next with a very brilliant suggestion.
No, I'm just saying.
For all you know, they have tabled certain things they want to do. No, but late is relative.
No,
it depends on what you're expecting and what they want to do.
They are late because
I don't know if your expectations are the same as
the next for instance,
other people's expectations.
Until this is very stupid, right? Until said Bakobeka said Obiaseno. Nothing will pull people from what is happening now between Ashon and the manager. Because the people who would drive the conversation are the same people who like gossip. What you say? You say, "Will be a wizard, no." Sure, the woman said, "No, it's gone."
No, but even if they dropped, even if they did anything within the last week, and Ishon's issue came, people will still talk about Ishon's issue.
But that time you would have built up, so people know, say, "Oh, a conversation name." Instead of Twitter.
No, but
if you go to Twitter, and you're trending, over 20 things are trending.
But you also have no idea what they are bringing that will trigger a discussion. You have no idea about that.
No, that one is true. But I'm saying, with regards to milking, what's your point is valid.
Yeah.
With regards to milking, as a media person, as a fan, over a month,
but it's not even a month yet.
Oh, who told you? I'm a beef, no.
No. Since you stopped hearing anything from either of them.
Oh, it's not being
just last week they were on UTV.
UTV no more, no.
Yeah.
It's even me reservation about the UTV.
It generated a lot of conversations from there. No.
That day
it trended.
No, that day
tons of stories from it.
For the day.
Yeah, the funny thing.
It really trended. They didn't pay attention.
No, it did. For the day.
Not for the day, for the whole week.
Oh, that be.
Go and check the website.
So I was waiting for him. I was waiting for him to end. Then I, delve into the UTV interview.
Yeah.
Whether or not what happened there seems to be an end to the beef, because, like several people have said, the lyrical war between these females rappers sort of drove attention, to their craft. Now, there's been an apology from Sista Afia. Freda Rhymz seemed like, "Tell me I apologize, okay, so
they hear.
Yes, and people are saying the way she behaved on the show seemed to suggest that as a wine home Gangalia. You're killing no.
You're killing Nintendo.
See, Freda a rapper.
Yeah.
The last time I was here with Nene, okay, I told you don't rule Freda out.
Yes.
Because
yes, I remember.
Okay.
Yes.
Freda not to rap and I say. So no him say, and I feel no him say it is her time to shine. Into why are you killing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my time. And I mean the whole UTV thing, I felt like it was well produced. Men sana me hu I said, "Oh my god, I fe me nyante na ya kana so me ti feni na me see you people be bobo let was na what is that
apology
of friend the phone, so I will say I want to apologize. Sister, apologize for what? Obi egun fu me. Yeah, we are the fans, you egun fu that was so the pensa
as the same go to aswana
because what in your back? What in your back? The key point we say we don't know what they are planning, we don't know what they are thinking, blah blah. But what in your back? What do you mean? But one also say, oh, beef and into union. And see, feed I know they are one. I can't remember. My popular scene was streets and so.
Even when she felt Freda was being too personal, leveling some allegations.
But she was also personal with Freda in the song.
But I don't know chess. I didn't cry Freda. So if you want to do it, it's all friends.
And also the Huni.
Rap battle, they had a famous Huni cried to me who she
said, and then
only in Ninja way.
When you sign, and sign. And do mean quite as well as I with more than that. Me from TV3 incident to you see me, I'm first a plan. Maybe who say be for me who say as I'm planning
something scripted.
Because I said, not as a back for my to buy boom.
Yeah.
Now I go eat your me patro. Oh, patro say. Oh, patro. Obiabo.
On that note, we will take a break. When we return, Stonebwoy says he spent 50,000 Ghana cedis on airtime to vote to win award, Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. A man for say, brah, oh yeah, sure. He didn't say, hey, say award, say for sale. Welcome back to the show, and we are talking about Stonebwoy. Yes, Stonebwoy says he spent 50,000 Ghana cedis. Charlie, be small money. He spent on votes so that he will win Artist of the Year in a song. Or think Kobe winning hands down. Had it not been the sanctions that were announced by the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards board. Nana, is this a loose talk? Or we should commend him for being frank?
Oh, very good question. Loose talk or commend him for being frank? I think we should commend him for being frank. Because over the years, artists need to be brave. Pretending as you say, Ghana Music Awards, award no cry, and papa, award no, I say, award no, I say, they be or Ghana Music Award. But this shows that they actually, quote unquote, worship the Ghana Music Awards. Because I've said it times with that number, that is Ghana's biggest validator. That is what takes you to the next level of your career. If you win Artist of the Year, for that whole year, brands, fans, everybody looks up to you because you are the reigning champion. So I think it wasn't a loose talk. I think that he was frank. And me, I've seen people say award for sale and all that. But I think we need to commend him for being frank and then showing us that indeed they really, 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 really want to win this Ghana Music Awards thing. It's not as if when they see the nominations, they don't care. They really, really want to win it. So now that we know that they really, really want to win it, what is the next step? What do we do to make sure that we also build our mechanisms to make it really, really, really credible, really, really powerful, so that when you win it, you really, really appreciate. So I think it's not a loose talk. I mean, I feel it's a very frank conversation on it, and we should commend him for being frank.
Kwame,
yeah.
Does this cast a slur on his brand?
No.
It doesn't.
It's not the first time any artist is saying anything about an award scheme. And I think it rather brings to the fore discussions about what to do to demonetize award scheme. I see everything wrong with monetizing voting patterns in award scheme. I believe that if you truly merit it, even if you want to engage the public to also vote, whatever the public brings on board shouldn't be monetized. And again, it should be regulated so that if we have a system that will check that Nanaya can only vote once with a certain code, it may not completely eradicate that sort of vote buying or inefficiency in the system.
I mean, the same thing.
Wait, but to an extent, it will help us check that, because if I have a lot of money and I can pay for people to vote for me, even if I don't deserve to win, it means I'm going to win. Okay, Grammys have the Recording Academy and a group of people who have knowledge in music that determine who wins what.
But look
after
at
a college meets. I'm coming.
Look at what happened to Grammys.
Wait, I'm coming. And even with other award schemes elsewhere across the world. I'm not saying we should copy everything from everybody, but what I want to say is that there are systems where some award schemes may decide to just reserve the voting rights to only the board and the academy, and the public has no say. But this is the VGMA, this is 3 Music Awards, where they have decided to include public participation. But in as much as we want to involve the public, we should make sure that we don't do that to ruin the credibility of the award and who really deserves to win what. And this has been a very big problem from day one. Now imagine if Stonebwoy spent 50,000 and Wale maybe spent 100,000 and another artist spent closer to that. Clearly it means that you are using the money to go in for the award. If you have worked so hard within the year and you believe that you deserve to win a particular award, let's say Artist of the Year, why do you need to spend so much to let people vote for you? But if you have a system that, okay, VGMAs this time around, we are maybe allowing people, the public, to vote through the internet. So there is a slot on our website where you can click and the code would enable you to vote only once. That is it. There is also an argument of people saying if we limit the public voting to, let's say, only the internet, some people who are not really tech savvy wouldn't be able to access the internet. So we may also try to include the SMS, and then so the telcos come in. But you know, the telcos, anytime telcos come in, they are going to charge some amount of money. Sure. And at the end of the day, you are monetizing the whole thing. So it is about time we sat down as an industry to really discuss this and see, Charlie, is it worth it for artists to pay money to their fans, or for their fans to pay money to vote for an artist? Clearly, when the board and academy know that, yes, indeed, this artist deserves to win that award, why do we bother so much to let them go through all this process of paying, vote buying? And so I also suggest that, even aside all these things, I suggest that maybe moving forward, whether 3 Music Awards, whether VGMAs, they can decide to make just about 3 or 2 or the categories public voting categories. All the rest should be left for the academy and the board. And the academy shouldn't be a one-way academy where almost always the same people will be members. Because you know, when it comes to the academy for the VGMA, for example, the media is part of it, some industry stakeholders are part of it. And for a long time, the same people have been on the academy. Now this kind of thing, the people who form part of the academy, most of them are so interested in letting people know that they are part of the academy, and so they are influenced from behind. So somebody can call you, Charlie, you say academy voting you, artist way. And so to me, to make sure that there is fairness to a certain degree, we shouldn't maintain the same people in on the academy. They should be changed every year. And they shouldn't even know each other. You are there and you get a call. This year, maybe we want you to be part of the academy. Next year, if you don't receive a call, you're not part of it. Okay, so it doesn't make them constant members of the academy. And if you do that, you are trying to check the system whereby the members of the academy may be influenced by maybe artists, their managers, their fans, or whatever. And so I believe that the whole system, our whole system of award schemes, needs some kind of overhaul, if you like. Because honestly, if you critically look at the voting patterns, board is voting this, academy is voting that, and then the public, it's very dangerous. And you know, if somebody spends so much money on voting, and then the day comes and he goes there and he didn't win, he may think that, oh, because I spent 50,000 Ghana cedis, I'm maybe the highest spender. You see that thing? And so let's try as much as possible to do away with monetizing the voting patterns of award schemes in Ghana. If we do that, it will give the musicians some kind of trust in the award schemes, except if the musicians are also willing to forgo certain things, because I know that the award schemes use some of these things to also foot small bills here and there.
So,
Yeah.
Kwame,
So,
I want to run up. They use some of these voting money,
yes,
okay, to foot their bills here and there. But if this will work, then a stakeholder engagement involving the artist should let them know that. And then it means that if you're coming to perform on stage, for example, you may not charge as you were charging for a commercial event. So you take, let's say, an honorarium, something small to cushion you. If they understand it by that, it means you are helping the award organizers, helping yourself and the industry.
See,
no.
First off, every award scheme in the world is monetized. From the BETs to the Grammys to whatever. Because if it's not, why do we have corporate bodies paying the money? If I create a website and I say go and vote there, right? Somebody has to create the website. Somebody has to give the code.
But it's not a direct payment from the...
Whether it's direct or
No, so the direct is what we're talking about.
No, let me land.
So don't confuse the two.
No, I'm not.
We're talking about monetizing. Somebody is sponsoring from behind. It's
Relax.
different
See,
from me, the artist, putting my money in it. So let's
No,
not
first off,
confuse the
nobody
Yeah.
is saying put your money into it. Two, even if they don't put public to vote, right? Or they put public to vote, that thing of he doesn't deserve it will not stop. Let's be sincere. If they randomly choose Academy Board for VGMA and Film Music Award, that thing, oh, he doesn't deserve it. Even the Grammy.
But that's not the problem.
No,
the problem
right.
is whether you've chosen the right person, not the comment from outside.
Once the person has
Kwame, if you
given
leave
to
the
the
entire power
no,
in the hands of somebody who
it's
is
not power.
affluent, who has money,
No, it's not.
it is
money.
problematic.
It's not power.
Nana,
It's not.
very
Relax.
problematic.
See, before an award winner is announced, there are nominees. Once you are in that list itself, it means you are a winner. So, because it's a competition, it's a healthy sport we are playing. Nobody is saying artists should go and vote. The thing is public voting. The board or the owners or the creators are not saying artists spend money. They said let your fans vote, because at the end of the day, if you go and sit at the auditorium and they say and the winner via most popular song of the year, Patapa against Fancy Ghana, and they shout and the winner is Patapa, and they say and the winner is Fancy Ghana, did you vote? You didn't vote. You understand?
So how do we
award schemes
correct that?
Award schemes itself, you can't correct that. Listen, you can't. People are just trying to find ways and means of making it look cooler by saying, maybe award scheme in there, maybe I'm on phone test it. Bruh, it could not internet BET. Come on, Kosiata, your nomination. The whole Ghana, not going Yvonne Nelson. I said go and vote for Kosiata. When we all go to that page, that's traffic money for BET website. If there's Google AdSense, and boom, that's also monetizing. Indirect, it's like value, switching the value conversation. I'm not saying use your money to text. I'm saying come here. So fan artists no fan link now. No, I say, yo guys, thank you for the nomination. Go here and vote, or train the fans over 1 million in alcohol. If there's traffic, money in traffic, and boom. Plus, brands will say, because there's traffic on this particular page on your website, let me put my product there. The Grammy issue, right, is that they get a group of people who they think say omunim day. So they decide who wins what. Even that, a certain Kendrick Lamar lost to a certain Macklemore, and it became a problem in the rap culture. Then they said the Grammy is white. You will not be able to please people. The only way to shut everybody up is to say be part of the decision making when it comes to the award. But there are some technical categories like song vocalists and all those ones. That's one. Yeah, we know we have argue as fans. So yeah, people be technical. No for money, but no crown share. I say so once you know that yeah public. Now who vote here means me vote there. What we say we form lesson. Let's me say me form lesson. You got to know say the me form son we near. We cannot stop that. Artists will never waive off their Ghanaian artists will never waive off their performance charges for awards simply because they feel that is the time, that's their cocoa season. Forgetting that when you stand on that stage, it's your biggest referral point in your career. But so as for awards there, Kwame, you see,
Can we get to a point, I mean, before we wrap up, can it get to a point where the academy and then the board will have a bigger percentage for certain categories?
For me, I even think, I've been saying this for some time, I even think that the award scheme should be 100% public. All of it.
Nina?
Everything. Me. That's my opinion, because when...
Everything to the public?
Yes. That's my opinion, because
including the ones we have as industry awards?
Because you see, if you put everything public...
Best vocalist?
Yes, I'm coming to that.
Record of the year?
But Unim say, Kruma, Rihanna, you need female vocalist.
There are so many dynamics to that.
No, I'm coming. Unim.
There are so many dynamics to
public
that.
awards does for the artists in return, aside the voting, is that it throws light on them. So people who don't even know them begin to look out for their music. But you be more industry awards, you know. That's it, because Rihanna, we need female vocalists. Now, still, also a box name of that alternative musician, like the instrumentalist. So say Frank or a Black Lace Band, a very good drummer. If the public was voting, all the drummers in this country will get, all the instrumentalists will get shine. Because they have to also campaign, they have to put themselves out. People will go and look for them and be watching them. Just
see,
of course, show so I feel of course, I say, a band. To say a band a Aquababo before no.
No.
The band for Aquaba's former band, what's his name?
Marriott Band.
No. Oh, this guy who wears shades, spectacles. Dan, the band.
Dan Grau.
No, okay. People like even Dan Grau them. How many people know them? But assuming Dan Grau is always nominated, maybe I won't win it. But assuming it's a public thing now. You've taken the cover off, so now people are going to see him because people have to vote for him. So and they see him to Abamano. And anybody in reverse, you are helping all the nominees grow. Even if they don't win, they begin to get numbers on their side.
Okay.
But okay, be technical. Now okay, be public. And then they are saying because technical, I say you're bombing and the crash. So I'm see, hey,
Charlie, we are wrapping up. Final words, yes.
No. But in your earlier submission, you mentioned that there are technical categories that should be catered for by people who are knowledgeable in those fields.
To nominate the artist to be in that category.
Wait, I believe that everybody can set up an award scheme and decide how they want to run it. You can do 100% public vote for every category.
Sure.
But there are ideal situations. Okay. There are situations where you know that this particular category, if you leave it in the hands of the public, for example, they're just going to vote because maybe they know the person is popular, but not because of what we're looking for in that category. I've always said that once you get into the nomination list,
you're a winner.
Wait, you're also a loser.
I know you're
a winner, you're a loser.
They say once you get in there, you're a winner.
Once you get there, whatever voting parameters come into play, like the public, the academy, and the board, whatever you get from all these parameters determines whether you're going to win. That's why it's very important to know which of these parameters should we give prominence to in which category. So that if you tell me that you're going to let the public play a role in choosing who is the best vocalist or instrumentalist, Charlie, we are doomed.
Thank you so much for coming, gentlemen. Kwame Dazi, right, for GhanaWeekend.com. And Nanea Redu, aka Nanea 18. Last time when I asked him, he said he wanted 18. Nah.
Charlie, but this guy's an old man, still 18.
Watch out, we're trying.
I'm not old. Let me start.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, for this argument in the content.
20 years.
Nanea, all right, for musicafrica.com. My name is Benefo Boabin Abrantipa. Thanks for watching.